All right, I bring the poll back on screen for another mistake. You know, first, it was everybody voting for the zones, and then I recorded the starter packs. Then I recorded the zones just to make people happy. And then when I came back to this to decide what to record next, I realized that I wrote triple crit damage melees. That's all triple crit damage weapons. We're going to be talking about every weapon in the game that can have 3 crit damage perks. That's pretty self-explanatory, so I think we're just going to get right into it. So, if you don't know already, actually, we're going to not get right into it. I have a whole playlist on Fun 160s, and part of the mini-series I have going on in this series is showcasing weapons that can have 3 crit damage perks. So if you're interested in gameplay for a lot of these, I'll link the whole playlist down below. It's an ongoing thing. I haven't covered every single weapon, but I have looked at quite a few of them. So, yeah, anytime you see big crit damage numbers, it's almost usually a triple crit damage video. They're fun. They're very fun to record. Pair that with Totally Rockin' Out, you're off to a good start. So, yeah, with that out of the way, let's just get the tier list going. So, triple crit damage does not save every weapon. Like, the Vintage Blazer is still, like, an F tier weapon. This is a pretty garbage pistol. The damage is pretty high, but it's not enough to save it, and I think that's where it belongs. But then there are weapons like the Bobcat, which I'm going to need to establish what S tier means, because it is very strong, like S tier damage. But this is the Storm King's Wrath down here. We've got mythic weapons as well. Is it S tier as compared to the mythics? I don't know. I don't know. And that's where I'm just going to put it in A tier for now, because the Wrath was critting for like millions of damage. It was doing an absurd amount, just two-shotting power level 250 smashers. The Ravager has not been featured in the video, but I promise you, it's absolutely wild. Super strong weapon. And while the Fury typically has a less DPS, it's more of a damage weapon where it doesn't have the attack speed to take advantage of Luna as well. It's still pretty damn good. And I mean, the Spectral Blade's really, really good as well. These S tier weapons are easy to knock out. So, is the Bobcat on par with these? I don't know. It's pretty impossible to compare a melee to an SMG. So I think I'm just going to put it there. Now, the Bundle Bust, triple crit damage, is not that good, actually, because I haven't used this in game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a future video will prove me wrong. But the Bundle Bust, to get triple crit damage active, you'd either have to eat a wafer or have a bunch of ceiling electric fields or traps down, farming enemy kills to get it active all the time. You would absolutely require Totally Rockin' Out to do any crits or any real damage. That's true for any triple crit damage weapon, for that matter. But this is a burst weapon that can really only... Yeah, I mean, it'll do a huge chunk of damage, but it can really only take advantage of that for like a short period of time. So I feel like C tier is fair, but maybe some future testing will prove me wrong. Candy Corn LMG was not saved by triple crit damage at all. I dare even put it in F tier. It struggled so much against smashers. Anything elemental, this weapon being locked to physical, just could not do anything. It was bad. It was really bad. I was very unimpressed. What I was impressed with was the Coco 45. This thing soloed a mini boss. Now, granted, it was a pretty weak non-tank mini boss, but when you bounce back and forth inside of the walls, it is crazy good. I don't want to put it in A tier because like that means that leads me to imply that it happens all the time. It's only when it's banking can it really do that S tier damage. So I'll put it in B tier. On average, it's not that wildly insane, but it is pretty damn good. That was actually the video that kicked off the Fun 160 series. I just saw randomly somebody in stream suggested a triple crit damage. I said whatever. I saw that it has 705% damage, 705% crit damage, and that inspired a whole video. I was like, okay, I never do these like live gameplay videos, but I need to check this out. And now there are 50 some videos in that playlist as a recording, probably more as you're seeing this. So yeah, Crankshot. I cannot list this. I am uneducated. It is a weapon that is... I am educated on the weapon itself. It's pretty... all right, it's a sniper. It's a sniper. But does triple crit damage make this weapon insanely good? I really don't know. I'm going to guess B tier, but I don't know. I'm sure a future video, because I have that... I will do a video on all of these at some point. That's my mission. But it is not... not that insane. Nocturnal was, by the way. Easy S tier. I think we could just do that. Wild weapon. Yeah, I don't know about that. Ginger Blaster Pistol did not impress. I'll put it in F tier. Really, it was bad. It was really bad. Like, even with full, Totally Rockin' Out, active, triple crit damage against a physical smasher, it did fantastic. Against anything elemental, it was garbage. It has the same drawback as a Candy Corn LMG. They're both being locked to physical. It just can't do it all, and it's really unfortunate. What isn't locked to physical is a Mercury LMG, where it was terrible. It's slightly better than useless, but it was bad. Its overall damage as a weapon isn't that strong. Its fire rate's pretty low. It's not wildly useful, and that triple crit damage did not save it. I was super unimpressed. This is a video where, while recording, I had to switch to the Nocturno. No, I had to switch to the Scourge because the Mercury LMG was letting me down so hard we were about to fail the mission. And I cared more about getting my 160s done than trudging on with the Mercury LMG. We had seen what we needed to see in the video. I don't think anybody blamed me. The quick shot, insanely strong SMG. This is wildly useful. It is the highest DPS SMG in the entire game. Well, no, okay. Technically the Monsoon's a little better, but it's tricky. But yeah, this weapon is super strong. Very, very, very good triple crit damage. And the Bobcat's like close behind it. I kind of want to put the Bobcat up here because I established S tier, but like it seems like either weapons are really, really, really good with triple crit damage, or there are a lot of mediocre weapons that can also have triple crit damage. And yeah. Lynx, again, I haven't used this. I'm assuming it'll be like a C tier weapon, probably D tier. I'm going to assume D tier. Again, this could be wrong. This could be very, very impressive, and that would be awesome because I love the FAMAS. Used to use it all the time in Call of Duty, and yeah, I really hope for good things with this weapon, but I doubt it'll be very strong. Same thing with the Neon Sniper. I'm certain this will be an F tier weapon, but I hope I'm wrong again. It can shoot through targets. And traps can make the triple crit damage active all the time, totally rocking out. So it could be good. It could be really good. I don't know, though. I don't know. Pain Train, S tier. Or not S tier, not quite. More of an A tier. It was pretty good almost all the time, but it didn't blow me away. I don't know. It was just A tier damage. I mean, you know, consistently high damage, but not like as crazy as I would have expected. So, yeah. I only have 2 more weapons on here that I've tested myself. Rattat, easy AA tier. It was crazy good. I mean, it's a crazy good SMG. So triple crit damage on that did not surprise me that it was doing fantastic. Stalwart Squire, really big S tier damage. Sometimes. I mean, like, barely. And you had to reload after every shot. And when it didn't crit, it was useless. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's like the bundle bus where it can do big smasher damage, it can do big miss monster elimination damage, but the lack of critting, like even with totally rocking out, it just okay. So it has a base 45% crit chance when you have a crit rating perk, and you don't have that crit rating perk without totally rocking out. So it's a base 15% normally. Totally rocking out can buff it to like the 40s 50s crit chance, but you're firing one single shot and reloading after every shot. So there are some weapons, like these SMGs up here, that only have a 38% crit chance with a crit rating perk, which means that Bobcat has a 10% chance to crit before totally rocking out bumps it up. Bobcat, however, is firing 12 times a second. I can easily check that right now. It's a very, very fast fire rate SMG. And the Stalwart Squire is not an SMG that fires very fast. You get that one shot, yeah, 10.8. When you only have one shot and you're reloading every shot, you want to crit every time. So even half the time is not enough. This weapon is just not saved by it, and it's unfortunate. Santa's Little Helper, triple crit damage, I'm certain will be S tier. This weapon is a monster on its own. I run it physical because it one-shots nurses. With triple crit damage, you consistently one-shot nurses. It's awesome. But I think it'll be an S tier weapon. I think so. I might be wrong, but I think it'll be S tier. Tree of Light, I really don't know. This one's a guess. This one's a fun guess because this weapon hits really hard, and totally rocking out might help it swing faster. That could be really good. It needs that. It can hit really, really hard, but I don't know if it'll be enough. I'm gonna be putting this in B tier, but it could be really good. If anybody disagrees or has anything to add, comment down below for sure. I'm really optimistic about some of these weapons. Ralphie's Revenge is locked to physical, so I'm gonna put it in F tier. It just will not do anything against elementals, but it does have the highest headshot multiplier in the game at a base. I don't know, maybe not base. I think base is 5 or 4, but with a headshot perk, it does 6 times damage to the head. It's crazy. Headshots are hard to hit though, and physical is still very important there. So it's a fun, interesting weapon with things to talk about, but I think it's going to be F tier. Same with the Tiger. I've had pretty impressive footage shown to me. I think it'll be D tier. I'm not really sure. I don't really know about that one, sure. I don't really know about that one, Chief. Sir and Chief kind of fought for my tongue there. The last two. V6 launcher, triple crit damage with like the normal rocket loadout might not work because you want to have that crit rating. I think if I run boom base or if a teammate runs boom base and I get totally rocking out going, you could be critting almost every shot, and this weapon's massive strength. Really good. Pair this with 8-bit demo and some support perks on your team. It can be unstoppable. This could be a monster, and I'm very excited to try this out in a video. I have so many plans that it won't be soon, but that will be a fun one whenever it happens. Wraith, not Wrath. You guys got to be careful with your typing. Ever since the Storm King's Wrath came out, Wraith and Wrath needs a second comment in every single discussion to clarify whether or not the person meant which weapon they were talking about. The Wraith, not Wrath, AR, has a base 20% crit chance, as it is with the silenced military weapons, which means it'll already be critting 1 out of 5 times the triple crit damage. The Totally Rockin' Out can help a lot with that. So it could be S tier damage, but it has a really slow fire rate and a really bad accuracy. So I'll put it in low A tier. That's me being optimistic, but I'm not really sure how it's going to perform. I'm just going to have to find out on my own. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I am personally very excited for a lot of these videos to happen because it'll give me more insight on the subject. I wanted to record all the triple crit damage videos before I recorded this, but I don't know if it's that important because my cautious optimism is exciting enough. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys when these videos come out for sure. Subscribe to see those for sure. And yeah, take it easy.